What if the mirror you look into every day doesn't reflect your true self, but a distorted image shaped by social media? Imagine waking up each morning, peering into this looking glass, and seeing not your own face, but a composite of perfectly posed selfies, enviable achievements, and glammed-up lifestyles. This is the reality for many of us in this age of social media. Our digital mirror doesn't just reflect us. It reflects a world of others, their highlights and picture-perfect moments, constantly reshaping our self-perception. The issue here is not the mirror itself, but what it shows us, or more accurately, what it doesn't show us. Social media, much like a mirror, gives back an image. But it's an image curated with filters, angles, and careful selection. It's an image that often leaves out the struggles, the failures, and the ordinary moments that make up the majority of our lives. This curated reality can warp our self-perception, making us believe that we're less successful, less beautiful, or less worthy than the people we see on our screens. We begin to measure ourselves not by our own standards, but by the standards set by this distorted mirror. And here's where the psychological impact kicks in. As human beings, we're hardwired to compare. It's a survival instinct, a way of understanding our place in the world. But in the realm of social media, this instinct can become a destructive force. We fall into the trap of constant comparison, scrutinizing our lives against the highlight reels of others. We're left feeling inadequate, discontent, and anxious, stuck in a cycle of striving for an unattainable ideal. But remember, what we're seeing is not the whole picture, but a carefully curated slice of someone else's life. It's essential to remind ourselves that everyone has their own unique journey, filled with ups and downs, triumphs and trials. Social media's mirror can distort our self-perception, leaving us in a constant state of comparison. But it's up to us to break free from this distortion, to recognize the difference between someone's highlight reel and our behind the scenes, and to embrace our authentic selves. But why are we so prone to comparison, and what does it do to our minds? Let's dive into the psychology of comparison to understand this better. We humans have a natural inclination to compare ourselves to others. It's part of our evolutionary biology, a survival instinct. Our ancestors needed to know where they stood in their group to ensure their survival. They compared themselves to others to understand their capabilities and social standing. Fast forward to the present day, and this instinct has taken a new form. With the advent of social media, we have a whole planet to compare ourselves to. Our brains have not evolved to process this amount of information, and as a result, we can feel overwhelmed. So how does this constant comparison affect us? Well, it can lead to a decrease in self-esteem. When we see others achieving what we desire, we might feel inadequate or unsuccessful. This is particularly true on social media, where everyone's life appears picture perfect. We don't see the struggles, the failures, or the hard work, only the highlights. This skewed perspective can leave us feeling like we are always falling short. Moreover, comparison can also increase our levels of anxiety and depression. The fear of missing out, or FOMO, can lead to feelings of anxiety. When we constantly see others enjoying life, we might feel like we are missing out on something. This can lead to a sense of dissatisfaction with our own lives, and in severe cases, can even lead to depression. We might also find ourselves seeking validation from others. We post a picture or a status update and wait for the likes and comments to pour in. Each like or comment provides a dopamine hit, a temporary boost of happiness. But when the likes stop coming, we feel unhappy again, leading to a vicious cycle of validation seeking and dissatisfaction. Comparison, especially on social media, can lead to a damaging cycle of self-doubt and dissatisfaction. Remember, it's okay not to have it all figured out. It's okay to be different. Embrace your uniqueness, and let's explore how to do that in the next scene. So, how can we break free from the comparison trap and embrace our authentic selves? The answer lies in cultivating authenticity, a journey that starts with mindful social media use. It's not about completely disconnecting from our screens, but rather about creating a healthier relationship with them. This means being conscious of the time we spend scrolling, and more importantly, of the emotions that arise during this time. Do we feel inspired, connected, and informed? Or do we feel less than envious or inadequate? If it's the latter, it might be time to unfollow, mute, or take a break from certain accounts that trigger these feelings. Next, let's focus on our own values and achievements. In a world where everyone's highlight reel is on display, it's easy to overlook our own accomplishments and strengths. Remember, success is not a one-size-fits-all concept. Each of us has our own path. And what matters most is that we stay true to ourselves along the way. Celebrate your own victories, no matter how small they may seem, and take pride in your progress, not perfection. Moreover, practicing self-compassion is an essential part of embracing authenticity. It's about recognizing that we are all human, and we all have flaws. Instead of beating ourselves up for not being perfect, let's treat ourselves with kindness and understanding. When we make a mistake, let's see it as an opportunity for growth, not a reason to self-criticize. Lastly, let's not forget the benefits of embracing authenticity. When we stop comparing ourselves to others and start living according to our own values, we can experience improved mental health and greater life satisfaction. Authenticity brings a sense of peace and fulfillment that no amount of likes or followers can offer. It's about being comfortable in our own skin and being proud of who we are. By embracing authenticity, we can reflect a true image in the mirror of social media. And remember, the only person you need to be better than is the person you were yesterday. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned today. Our journey began with the mirror of social media, highlighting its profound impact on our self-perception. We explored how these virtual platforms can become a distorted reflection of our lives, leading us to compare ourselves with others' carefully curated personas. Next, we delved into the psychology of comparison. We acknowledged how this innate human tendency has been exacerbated in the digital age, often leading to feelings of inadequacy and dissatisfaction. Yet, we also recognized that awareness of this tendency can be the first step towards change. Finally, we celebrated the power of embracing authenticity. We emphasized the importance of acknowledging our unique experiences, strengths, and struggles, and the freedom that comes with letting go of the incessant need to compare. Remember, in the age of social media, authenticity is a radical act. Break free from comparison and let your true self shine.